I want to watch you getting grabbed.
I hope you're logged off, because I'm going in danger zone.
We're saving buffs right now because we're gonna go in and test the pull range, Johnny.
The
Just to
fuck?
see how we
There
can
is
move
no pull
around
range.
in the room. So
You need to sit in there.
The pillars still work as line of sight.
Yes, pillars still work.
Oh,
I just
now you pulled.
I already
He
pulled.
pulled.
Yep.
Bye bye,
Okay.
Pakar.
Okay, so it's about 20 yards into the door, and then if you don't hug the wall, you'll aggro.
dude,
Yeah,
they
They
hit
are
very
coming
blue.
through the door, but they will reset
Yeah, but
after
they
they've
reset.
gone through the door.
Wait, who got hit
Oh
and
shit,
how much
I'm
do they hit for?
alive.
You serious? What the fuck?
I'm alive. Holy fuck. Thanks, Allie. Fucking.
Could you
Dude,
fucking answer me?
Although they hit
What
like
was the
Edge.
question?
Mograine hit like 460 fire damage. I
Rose
didn't
got
test how
hit, and he should
much.
be able to give you the number.
Yeah. I got some numbers from Lady and Mograine.
Can we
I'm
log
gonna
in?
test this. I'm gonna test
Yeah,
this.
you
No,
can.
no,
You
wait.
can.
I'm gonna test this shadow thing. 3,000? Okay. 3,000. Ooh, 3,800.
4,000. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so I resisted. Yeah, 4,000.
Yeah, it's like 400 holy
The void
damage.
zones?
Yes.
You
Void
don't
Yeah,
get
for
one
sure.
shot with 99,000 damage?
Nope,
No,
3828.
No.
You're online now? Watch
Yeah,
this.
these are little bitches, is what I hear. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
go-
log in, guys. Log
Ellie,
in.
step on it. I want to see it again.
They hit
Ellie.
Everyone
like a
log in.
pussy.
Come on. Healers,
They hot
especially
like
healers,
a pussy.
healers. Quiet on TeamSpeak. Shut your dirty mouths. Healers, come log in quick and look at where Skull is. Look where Skull is, healers. And every DPS. Don't run into that right now.
Stop wasting Duracell.
Come look. This is a void zone, people. Blamo, that's gonna be tanked in the far left corner from where I'm looking into the room right now. It's gonna spawn these void zones every 15 seconds or so. If you stand in them, you might die. You should move out. Should all have Courtney's awesome WoW mod that's in the required WoW thread. It's gonna say if you're standing in one, so you can see it extra clearly if you can't see the black shit under you for some reason.
Can everybody fire pot now? Let's just get this shit out of the way. Fire protection, shadow protection, those two right now. Sorry, 420.
We need to.
I
Do I
think
need to get on
Mograine
soul
needs
heals?
a fire resistant tank. I'm not sure. It can be healed for sure.
All killer Dura taco box
Can-
evil shock. That looks.
Can I get a
decent.
under? Can you summon soul heals? I'm logging on him right now.
No. No.
Do you want me
no,
to give
no,
you
no,
some
no,
fire?
no. Let's do some tries first. Before you start
Okay.
wasting our time.
Okay.
Okay, everyone come to Skull. Come to Skull. Opposite side of the room. I'm gonna mark up. Fuck, I have to write stuff here. Notepad. Group 1. 2. Group 3.
Boo Boo, go to the northeast.
Oh, it's gonna be a safe spot, but okay, I'll be Blue Mo.
Axel is a safe spot. Axel, go to safe spot, please.
This is safe spot.
Johnny Axe.
Skull is the entrance, right?
Direct middle is safe spot.
Remove your marks. Remove your marks from your heads, please. Remove your
Okay.
marks from your heads.
Okay.
Everyone,
remo-
remove your marks from your heads. Right fucking now. I have a star.
Yes.
Weedsy, you are not retarded. You have done this before. I fucking trust you. You are the circle. And then we have Mr. Dotzy. He is just slightly retarded today, but we will accept it because he got a splinter. So we have 3 groups. We're gonna spread out damage a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 5.
While you're figuring this out, can I give them a quick high-level overview?
Give them a high level overview. I'm writing down.
All right,
the
guys.
groups.
There are 4 bosses on this fight. They are not linked in health, and they need to die in a specific order, which 420 will go over. The basic idea is each boss has its own ability. One drops a fire meteor, which is similar to the AQ-21. You must stay stacked with your group, otherwise you will get one shot. One does the void zones, which you've already seen. If you stand in a void zone, you take massive damage every 1 or 2 seconds, and you need to get out of it fucking immediately. You do not stack
Hyper?
up. Yes.
Say which corner it is. Can we get the marks so they know where that boss is for that corner when you tell them?
He's
Don't
going to
use
go
star,
over it in
circle,
detail.
cross.
Don't worry about it. The other boss that is, we're going clockwise from where Pixel is at is the first boss. Where I'm at is the Void Zone, and where Silithus is at is the one I'm going to go over next. It does a linking holy damage. Only a prescribed number of people can go in at one time. If you link it, it's like Cthulhu's Beam, and it will one-shot people. And the one that is in Rose's corner, I don't remember what the fuck it does. I think it does shadow damage, which is why we need shadow protection potions. And it's just basically every single, I believe it's 15 seconds, they pulse a aura. So you start out in a prescribed spot, you move to a new spot, you move to a new spot, you refresh potions, you bandage when you're in the safe spot. If you're going to die, get to the safe spot and stay alive. The safe spot
Or
is
different
more or less
auras.
where Axel is at.
Every boss has its own aura. That's why we go in a circle and let the debuffs drop. You'll get about 3, I think, is the max.
3 rotate.
Tanks is different. Yes, you get on the third, and this is all timed out very beautifully. We're gonna get into this more. Tanks are a little different. They're gonna get about maybe 4 or 5, but the casters, healers, DPS, you only get 3. So right when the aura happens, you get the third. You move, and you do not fucking wait behind. Because if you do, you're gonna fucking die, or you're gonna kill someone else because you slack. And the meteor boss is a great example. If you slack, you kill yourself.
The one thing I want to say is that if any one corner fails and a horse gets loose, this fight can go to shit immediately. So you need to do your job so that the rest of the raid can survive. This is a fight that one person can wipe the entire raid, and this is the most consumable heavy fight shy of Frostwing that you can find. Do not fucking waste other people's consumables.
Oh,
No.
can we be more safe? Like, do the tank rotation at 3 in case, like,
Yes,
Thomas
yes, we're doing it. Look now. Look at the
Everybody
raid
listen
chat,
to
everyone.
420. Nobody else talks.
Everyone look at the raid chat. Group 1, Jonas, Linus, Mega, Cisco, Sharon, all killer. Come to Skull. Pixel, go back to the middle. Group 2, Smack, Weedsy, Thias, Docrax, Nestle, Larry, Dura. Come here. Do not pull the dogs on the opposite side.
Stop.
Safe spot is where Axel is right now. I want group Cross, 3, Dotzy, Aka, Santims, Pixel, Takabox, and Lana. Oh, yeah. Could you, those that are marked, could you verify that all the DPSers are with you? Underground, where the fuck are you going?
Check your group. Those who are marked, check your group. Call them out in group chat, in party chat.
Underground. Move to
Underground,
your fucking
wake
group.
up. Underground.
Is he not in a group?
He's here. He's going. Under, move to your group.
No, he's not in a group.
He's not in a group. Sorry. I'm yelling at nothing. You are in Cross. Cross.
Fuck you for 20.
Yeah, fuck me. No, I was so sure that I had made this.
Continue on. Continue on.
Wait, I just have to fix my macro, so. You are going to start like this. So this boss where Skull is right now, he does a meteor. You need to stack up on the tank that are starting here. All the time. You're gonna wait for 3 marks, and then you're gonna rotate this way. Look where Skull is. You're gonna go into whatever his name is. All he does is hits hard on the tank. You don't have to stack up, but you kind of want to be close to it anyway, so you don't take marks from the other stuff. Cross is starting in the safe spot. So I'm just gonna start off here with explaining how this go. So I'm putting up a timer now. BBCB. Mark 1 is coming. I'm gonna switch that.
Whatever.
Mark 2 is coming. Mark 3 is coming. Rotate, 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 rotate.
You wait till it actually hits before you rotate.
Yeah, you wait until you get the third mark and
That
then
was
you
a
rotate.
really bad example.
Go again. Do it again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna type it out for you. Okay. Go everybody back into position where you started.
Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna tell it. So, Mark 1 hits. Mark 2 hits. Mark 3 hits. Mark 1 hits. Mark 2 hits. Mark 3 hits.
One more.
Good.
One more.
Mark 1 hits. Mark 2 hits. Mark 3 hits.
The cross group was a little laggy.
Yeah.
No,
cross is
yeah, but they don't have to be.
Let me capitalize on what he's saying right now. Is the reason why these bosses do an aura debuff, and if you get so many of them, you take more shadow damage. So it's like 1,000, then it's 2,000, and then also, for instance, look at the star right now. The star is the meteor boss. If you are not quick as fuck and get to where the star is, you'll get one-shotted because he'll just target the person that's out of range and just fuck you up. Sorry, 420. Go ahead.
I think that is it.
Can I say something then?
Yes.
course.
When we move to Kartas, I think it is, with the star, with the meteor, we also wait until the meteor hits. Like the group that has to leave after the third mark, it waits for the meteor, then it leaves, and then we move in, right?
Yeah. You always,
Absolutely.
if you are going into star or moving out of star, you always have to check your bigwigs timers to make sure that the meteor hits before you go. So
The meteor always hits on the timer.
yeah, it should hit
always
on
hits.
the timer. It should always hit on the timer. So let's say Mark 3 happens, meteor happens, we move out. The other group starts moving in instantly. The cross starts moving in instantly. Because if you go in here and meteor hits you here, you are absolutely dead. Meteor is like in AQ20 and AQ40. It's split between everyone that's stacking. If
you're
you're
where the-
alone, you take 40,000 damage or something just instantly.
If
That's
you're
why
where
you
the
have a
skull
fire
is as a
protection buff.
group and the meteor hits the tank gets one-shotted, the whole raid wipes. You cannot
Yes.
mess that one up.
Yes.
At the X, when the call gets called to move to the star, you move together every time from where the X is to the star. I don't. No fucking slacking.
Yes.
That is the number one reason why usually people die is the fucking meteor.
This is all 3 DPS groups that we have. When both of these 2 bosses, the first 2, are dead, you are all going to stack up at cross. Come to cross, everyone. It's dead. The first 2 bosses are dead. You did a great job, DPSers. What you are doing here now, this boss over here, where Silitus boss is, he is going to be the skull.
The one
I'm
with-
going to be the skull. Where Silitus boss, this boss does a chain lightning. Holy something. It chains like Katun. The more people that are close to it, the more it chains and the more damage it deals per person. So maximum 3 people can go in at the same time. That includes the 2 healers. Healers, I want you to stand where I am standing. We're moving clockwise, right?
Yes, we're going clockwise.
Healers, I want you to stand at this side of the...
Imagine where the skull is. That's the wall. That's the wall.
That's the wall, yes. And the moon is the boss.
Don't forget about
see-
the dogs on your side, guys. Do not cross.
Yes. I'm watching them carefully. So healers, when you are in here, you are always going to be here. You're not gonna stand over here. You're not gonna stand over here. Sometimes you may need to stop here, cast a heal, and then move here. Yes, of course, that can happen. But focus on being here. 2 healers will be in on this boss at all times, kind of. Maybe there's one if the other one is rotating, and there's another one coming straight after. Stay on this side. DPSers, when the first 2 are dead, we're gonna send in 2 at a time. Those are going to be called out on TeamSpeak. That's gonna be like Aka, Dotsu, Pixel, Lana, Underground, and I think Santims have done this before. No one else goes in. Like maybe if they come out, maybe Smacktastic and Johnny Axe or Weedsy and Thiace can go in because they've been here before. So they're gonna run up in the middle of the platform where the bosses are right now, and then they're gonna run here to this position and stand over here at maximum range, casters, maximum range. Melee, you go in and you hug the boss. Do not hug the tank. Hug the ass of the boss. This boss over here, where we have a boo-boo, this one will do void zones, the ones we saw there that killed Silithus boss. Every
Hit
15
two
seconds,
globals.
every 15 seconds, it's gonna drop a void zone. Watch your timers all time when you're in here. And you're gonna be, if Bobo is the boss now, and I am the main tank, look at me, and I call in, DPSers go in, all the melees come stand on Skull. All the melees, you go in, you avoid the void zones on the way. You run straight in, away from void zones. You're gonna stack on top of the tank. Not over here, not over here, not over here. Just the melees. And then 3, 2, 1, void zone hits. I'm gonna move the boss every time a void zone hits, just because you fuckers are slow. Johnny.
Yeah,
don't
never
move before the tank ever.
Yeah.
Slyness, you just died.
Even the casters DPS, they're gonna be where I'm jumping now.
Yeah.
You're gonna move together and we're gonna call out. We're gonna move left,
So on
right.
this boss, you also stack as well, and you're gonna move either left or right. As soon as the timer hits 0, you're gonna take 2 steps to the left or right. Do not jump, because when you're jumping, you're still in the void zone until you land. So just move. Move to the sides. And when you have moved to the sides, if half the raid split up, like me and Axel did now, the other one is gonna run around the void zone and go stand on them. It's so fucking easy. Just avoid it, stack up. So, Bubu, could you stop dancing and come closer to the skull? Since you're the boss, you'll be moved. So, 3,
Sorry, I'm
2,
interacting now, yeah.
3, 2, 1, void zone hit again. I'm gonna move the boss a bit. There we go. Heal arena. No, Miserable, you should not be staying here. Perfect. All the melees survived, and the casters moved a bit. Well, only Axel. That's all you have to do. When you have 3 marks, you run straight out to the safe zone. This dude here, that we are the diamond, Blamo, needs to die first after the first 2 are dead. So this one, we gotta focus this one. If you have 3 marks, you're just staying in the safe zone. You're bandaging yourself. If a tanks come running by, you bandage him. If a healer come running by, you bandage that person. Easy it is. I have not mentioned healing at all yet.
I'm setting it up.
Yes, the only healers that are moving with the melees and the DPS groupers is All Killer, Dura, and Taco Box.
So,
Wait.
I have-
I'm switching Dura with Evil Shock. Dura can be rotating.
I want Dura in the healers, yes.
Yeah. Taco Box.
Yep.
Evil Shock, sorry.
So I have Alley Killer and Evil Shock and Shamuk following their groups, is that correct?
No, All Killer, Evil Shock, and Taco Box. They are following their group. I'm gonna...
Move Taco.
What do you mean?
Or no, he's with his casters. He's with the... I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
Taco,
with his casters.
Alley, and Evil Shock.
Yeah,
Shamuk
those
and
are not
Silithus
rotating with
yes.
the regular healing rotation. They are rotating with the DPS groups. I'm posting
Correct.
it again. So Dura, you are gonna be in the regular healing rotation and not move with the DPSers. Evil Shock, you are now in group 2. That's the circle. You will always be following the circle. Circle, cross, and star. Those 3 persons needs to be promoted. So that's Yoniax, Weedsy, and Dotzy.
Weedsy, who else?
Yoniax in group 4. Those 3 people, you need to be aware of your mark, and if that mark for some reason disappears during the fight, remark yourself. Because your groups that I have assigned there in raid chat right now, you're in group 3. Yeah, no, not. I don't.
Group A, B, and C instead of group 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix that. Group A, B, and C.
Who's the shitty boss and the easiest one and the area I'm pinging? The easy one that the melee are killing, not the meteor guy. I can't remember. Is it High Lord or Moograin?
Yeah.
That's in that corner? Okay, Moograin, thank you.
So we have Mograine there, Celiac in the far back end. We have Blamo in the far left end,
And then
we have
Thane is up here.
This is the
Yeah,
perfect
Corvus.
fight to use your map directions north, south, east, and west on this one. It's perfect.
Yes,
except it's not.
I agree. see, Hyper, you need to talk with him 420 on this.
So yeah, okay, it's
fucking
perfectly
perfect.
aligned. It's perfectly aligned. Shut your home up.
Oh
Healers,
boy.
he's setting up the healing rotation
Okay.
right now.
Healers, this is now. I might be off a little bit on this, but and I'm gonna set up the orientation to this. There's a reason why there's a first, a second, and a third. I understand High Lord doesn't have a third because I think I counted him correctly. We have 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 heals, yes. So I think that's exactly what I did. 3, 3. Not 3 and 4 and 5. 3, 6, 9, 11. Yes.
7, 8, 9,
So
10, 11.
the orientation, sorry, 420 Thane is in the west
Holy Boss Thane is in the
or
west.
east
corner.
east, yes. Blue Moon is in the south. High Warlord, he is in the north. And Zeliak is in the west.
I don't remember names. I remember abilities.
You're fine.
And the colors as well.
So healers, please come up to the moon. Come up to the moon. Everybody to the moon. To the moon. Now, everything 420 just explained to you was this is that room that we just are leaving. See, look opposite of where the moon is running. See the opposite room. See where Liquid is right now. See the star. See the star. That is where we are at right now. Everything that was just explained. That the star is the moon. So if we look into this room and we look at our mini map right now, I'm going to start pinging the mini map right here. See the ping? That's north. Okay. So when I post this macro, you can see Thane east. That is way the fuck over here. And oh, I'm sorry. That's over here. That was west. Thane, that is the meteor boss. See him? I'll mark him. Thane. You can see the circle, right? Thane? That's east. So look at the assignment right now. Healers. Thane, who is it? Acronix, Talkabok, Shemuk. That is where you're starting out. That is on that boss. We'll set up the pulls. We're not there yet. South. That is the Blue Moon. South. See McMelt, Lurt, Hilarina. That is this ping down here. Okay? High Warlord. That is the north. That is, you can click on him. High Warlord. That's up here. North. You see that? Somebody's typing. I can't see. Sylth has some boo-boo. That is the easiest boss for healing, by the way. Just so you guys know.
Could you switch your macro? Thane is named Cortas. Blamo is named Blamo. High Lord is Mograine. And then we have Celiac. We're not calling them by the titles.
Okay. Give me a second. 420, talk to the healers about the rotation. Why it's 1, 2, and 3.
I think you need to handle like healing rotation.
Yeah,
420
I think,
should handle tank rotation.
Yeah, I need to explain the tanks. So could all the healers fuck off to raid?
Let's go to a different channel, please.
Raid 20 man.
Mel Gibson
healers,
left
all
your
the
channel
healers
and
go
switched to
20 man.
raid. Lurid left your channel and switched. Healerina joined. Mook joined your channel raid. Nap4ST joined your channel raid. Evil Shock joined your channel raid. Miserable was moved to your channel raid. Takabox joined your channel raid. 20 man. On Project Mayhem. All Killer joined your channel raid. 20 man. On Project Mayhem.
Like Zeliak is here, guys.
Yeah, that is a. It has orientation. Look at the map: northeast, southwest. It's not that hard.
It's better than trying to describe left and rights and fronts and back when people start rotating. They're going to get fucking confused.
Miserable left your channel and switched to healer channel on Project Mayhem.
Yeah, please.
Miserable was moved to your channel
Miserable, I
raid.
brought you into the
20
channel.
man.
Please.
On Project Mayhem.
Alright guys, can we get some non-healers to go take the positions? Like right now, Licket's in position and things like that. Can you ask somebody?
Oh, yes, let's go back into the room. Yes, all the
Don't,
healers.
I got it. Stay in this channel. Akaka, can you please coordinate 4 melees, please, to be in the position that we can mark them so that we can
Healers,
show them
I'm
out.
going to repost. Oh my god,
Please,
what the
please,
fuck
please.
happened there?
Thank you, Akka.
What the fuck happened with that W?
Fart Vonda
Hyphen,
joined
you
your
stop
channel
whispering.
raid.
I'm getting very
20
confused.
man. Fart Vonda left your channel and switched to raid. 40 man. On
Healers,
Project
here's
Mayhem.
the whole idea. If you healers, please look at what I just posted. We're going to use Kothaz East as our first example. And please look at the mini map. I'm going to ping the map. See the mini map? I know Hyper's going to say more, but he's going to capitalize on what I'm going to say. The reason why there's a first and a second and a third is that's because when the first debuff hits from that boss, you move. Now, this is only at the beginning. Once you rotate to a new boss, you wait until you get 3 debuffs from that boss you moved to. Let me say this again. You always get 3 debuffs from every boss you rotate to, except at the beginning of the rotation, which is why I have it split up into... Acronix is going to take 1 debuff and move. Tacobox is going to take 2 debuffs, then move. Shamrock is going to take 3 debuffs, then move. But once you get
McMeld
to the
face
next
in your
boss
channel
in
raid.
the rotation,
20 man.
you always
Timed
take
out from Project
3
Mayhem.
debuffs. Is this clear?
McMelface says he cannot hear you, so I'm going to repeat and shorten what he just said. The first rotation is a little bit weird as healers. If you are titled as first, second, or third, that is how many debuffs you take. The very first
McMeld
position
face
you're
entered
assigned.
your channel raid.
The reason
20
for that
man.
is because
McMeld face
we need to
disconnected
make sure
from your
that
channel
our
raid.
healers are
20 man.
rotating
From
one at a
Project
time and
Mayhem.
not all 3 at once and losing a tank. Go ahead.
After you rotate, every boss you rotate to, always 3 debuffs, and then move after the debuff hits. The debuff is basically just shadow damage. That's why we have to rotate to every... sorry, let me explain this.
Not correct.
The reason why we take 3 debuffs and then we rotate to the next bosses is we want to give the debuff time to wear off. So by the time you've rotated to the other 3 bosses, you're now going to be at the boss you started and you don't have that debuff. That's why we're rotating. There are 4 separate debuffs. Hyper, sorry, what did you say?
They do not all do shadow damage. I have to correct that.
I think the debuffs are all shadow damage.
Negative. Fire damage and holy damage on 2 of them. 2 of them are shadow.
Okay, I apologize. But still, the concept of the rotating
is correct.
Is the same. The damage, yes.
I have 2 questions as well. First, do we rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Clockwise. Clockwise.
Clockwise. This is a first for me because we used to go anti-clockwise.
I understand. Okay, guys, I'm going to set up the positioning. We're back in this old room. Back in the old room. Look at the... I am going to not try and steal someone else's marks.
Just take mine.
McMeld face joined your channel raid.
Mark yourself, Boo,
20
Boo,
man.
go to your corner.
On Project Mayhem.
You are the...
Technically, I should be here.
You're with me. Yes.
Actually, syllabus as well. Do we need a like pit healer as well to be
No,
assigned?
stop. McMoon or McMelt, Loot, and Healerina, come to the moon. McMelt, Loot, and Healerina, come to the moon right now. Come on. Loot, okay, stay right there. Do not move. West. Kamasutra, Dura, and Miserable, come to the moon right now. Good, stay there. North. Or no, let's do west. North. North. Is Silly and Boo Boo up here? Boo Boo, can you come to where the moon is? And then the east. Acronix, Taco Box, Shamuk, come to the moon. Come to the moon. Acronix, Taco Box, Shamuk, look at the moon. Okay, so now Please, healers, look towards the center. There. Let's pretend they're at the safe spot. I am going to count down, just as 420 did with the DPS, when the first mark hits. I want to see Acronix, McMelt, Silithus, move on the first mark. So here's the count, and then after, I'm going to count down again for the second and the third. Okay? So here's the countdown. 5, 4, 3, first group move, now. 5, 4, 3, 2, second group move. 5, 4, 3, third group move. Now we've taken 3 debuffs, right? So now everyone's moved. Of the first 3 rotations, you're confused.
Keep going. We'll go back and catch up questions in a second.
5, 4, 3, now move. First group. The first people who move, which should be Silithus, Acronix, McMelt,
McMelt Phase 1 entered your channel raid. 20 man.
Now
on Project Mayhem.
Second group, that is Talkabox, Lurt, Boo, Endura. You have all now taken 3 debuffs from the next boss you went to.
McMelt Face in your channel raid. 20 man. Timed out from Project
Everybody
Mayhem.
Back into your position. Everybody back into your original
default
position.
positions, please, guys. Once again, keep a big picture idea.
Yes, here's the macro.
Alright, so the big picture idea is we have 1 healer moving at each tank location every time a mark hits, so there is never a period of time where a tank has 0 heals. That is why we are going to be rotating 1 at a time. So whoever's in front of you that's in your group, you will never be at the same mark as them again until you move a second time. So they will always be 1 mark ahead of you and 1 person 1 mark behind you. So we're going to count down for the first movement. When the first mark hits, the first people that are announced, which are Akron, McMelt, Silithus, and are going to move. So Mark is coming in 3, 2, 1. First mark hits,
move.
Go. Mark is coming in 3, 2, 1. Second mark hits, people move.
Second group, go.
Third mark is coming in 3, 2, 1. Third mark hits. Now everybody has moved at least 1 time by this point. But every healer at this new location has a different number of marks, and you will stay at your new location until you hit 3 marks every single time. The only exception is the Holy Boss.
Say that a little slower. You said it perfectly, but say it a little slower. Sure. You have all now rotated.
You've all rotated 1 time originally, because you only stay for the prescribed number in your call-out. So you either a first movement, a second movement, or a third movement. Once you've rotated to your next position, you will always stay for 3 marks. 3 marks. Then you move. The only exception to that is the Holy Boss, which is where Bendorama and Munka are currently standing.
I just realized an easy way to say this. After your first move,
stack 3.
You always wait 3 buffs. You always wait 3 debuffs. After your first move, clockwise, you always wait for 3 debuffs from that boss.
So that is the simple part of moving for healing. Are there any questions about the simplest part? Because it's more complex than this.
Yes, there is more to it. So please, ask now. Please, ask now.
Do we stack on a tank, or do we stack on,
it
like,
depends on which boss.
Amazing question. That is
for
good.
this
That's
one?
a good question. So
we're going to go through that separately. Any other questions first?
Can you repeat the... Like, do I go to the safe zone also?
No.
But
As
just
healers, no.
Okay.
After
Not
the
during the initial
We'll talk
phase.
about it later.
Not during the initial. When we have all 4 bosses up, you never rotate to the safe zone. Once you have killed a boss, that answer will change.
So again, does anyone not understand how rotating to all 4 points, where I don't care about your positioning, I don't care about the safe spot, but just rotating when you need to and how the debuffs work? Does any healer have a question on that? Please speak up if you need help on this.
The healing and the tanking are the most crucial parts in this fight. It's normally the heals that fail. Alright. Taco, you're going to come with me. What is his number? Is he a first, a second, or a third?
Everybody back into your position. Back to your position.
I'm going to walk
Original
Taco
position.
through. Taco, damn it. Taco is starting where?
Taco is...
Taco is second on, please stop moving it, on Korthaz, which is east. So
Fart
it would be
Vonda joined
whereas
your channel raid.
we need time for
20 man.
25 minutes.
On Project
Yeah,
Mayhem.
dude, we need time.
Fart Vonda
Taco,
left
Taco,
your
go to the
channel
Purple
and
Diamond.
switched
You're
to
going to
raid.
follow me on Diamond.
40 man.
Just stay on my
On
ass,
Project Mayhem.
and this is how it's going to work. You are second, and you are starting on the Meteor boss, okay? So we are going to have a pull. The hunters are going to pull. The mages are going to pull for the tanks. And everybody that is either standing out here or standing at the actual entrance, they are going to move where they're supposed to. But you are going to be starting right here in your position with your tank. Whoever your tank is, I'm going to be your tank. You're going to stay on top of me. So the tank's going to come over here and grab the mob, and he's going to back it up into this corner. And you need to stay attached to your tank at all times, because this is the Meteor boss. Everybody else that had questions about the positioning.
All these healers, look at this. All the healers, look at this.
When
right
you
now.
are on the Meteor boss, it's Diamond right now, which is in the east corner. You need to be stacked on your tank so that you can split the fire damage from the Meteor. Is there any questions about the Meteor boss? I don't mean over here, I mean on top of. Alright, so that is the Meteor boss. So the first mark comes, and we say first mark hits, and the first people move. That would be Silithus people, whoever else is first. You are second, so you are not moving on the first mark. Second mark hits, we are now moving, because you are second, Taco.
Follow him, Taco. Go.
Taco, this is the most complicated boss. This is Blumo, where Kurak is currently standing. We do not stack on the tank on Blumo. Blumo drops Void Zones. Void Zones are the most dangerous ability, possibly second to the Chain Linking Holy, but it is the most dangerous piece.
Can we talk Blue Moon right now while we're on it?
Yes, we're talking Blue Moon now.
All the moon, everyone to the moon. Everyone to the moon. Healers, come on.
All healers on top of me, please. This boss will have a countdown for every mark, and the Void Zones will be attached to a timer on your screen. When the timer reaches 0, we all move. You cannot lag behind. You cannot go the wrong direction. You always go in the direction that is called. We are going left on 0. Okay, there you go. We are going left on 3, 2, 1. We are going forward on 3, 2, 1. Now, it's going to be a 0 count when you actually move, and you have the timers in front of you. I'm going to be announcing it a little bit early, but move when it hits 0. If you move early, you will fuck everybody that moves on time. So once again, you move at 0. Do not run ahead of time. Do not move it half a second. Do not move it 2 seconds. If you move this way and it lands on you, and the rest of the raid moves after you, you just fucked everybody at that corner. And if we lose people to Void Zones in mass, it is over, guaranteed.
I'm gonna switch up the healing. I just realized I don't want McMelt first on Blue Moon. I'm gonna take first McMelt. I'm switching you. Sorry for Hyper.
Okay.
Talk.
So we want to make sure that the Void Zones go in a nice and neat pattern, and we want to make sure there's always an escape path. So somebody that is going to be at Blumo needs to be making sure that they are telling people when they're rotating and which direction they're rotating. I can't always be doing it because we need somebody in that corner at all times, and I can't take infinite stacks. So just keep that in mind, guys. I don't care who steps up and does it, but are there any questions about how we move on Blumo? The ideal pattern would be basically to make a U. We go...
McMelt?
Sure.
I just switched you.
We go forward, forward, turn right again, back, back.
Here, everybody, pretend Kurok is the boss, and we just look at the moon. This is like our rotation. You have people at the Purple Diamond who's healing Kurok, and rotation just happened. I run to the Purple Diamond. Okay, we have 15 seconds. It's about to hit. Move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now, move. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm a little diagonal. We're still healing Kurok. Oh, a black circle is right here. Giant black circle is right there. No, I didn't say move. So 3, 2, 1, move right. Now, if we come over here, let's say Kurok is now going to be rotating out. I'm going to drag him down.
Kurok was moved
Kurok,
to your
are you
channel
there? Can you
raid.
hear me?
20 man. On
Kurok,
Project Mayhem.
You're about to be hit with the debuff. It's about to hit. We're about to healers. We're about to move right in 3, 2, 1. Kurok's rotating. Healers move. The other tanks are rotating in counterclockwise. Is that correct, Kurok? Are you guys coming in counterclockwise or clockwise?
Melee are getting impatient. We got to speed this up.
I don't give a fuck about them. Kurok, what's the
Rose joined your
tanks?
channel raid. 20 man. On
Kurok,
Project
which way are the
Mayhem.
tanks going in?
Rose left your channel and Fart Vonda was moved to channel lobby.
It does matter. No,
Fart
it does matter
Vonda
because
was
I want
moved
the
to
healers
channel
to
raid.
realize
40
where their
man.
next healing target is coming from. Hold on. 420.
Fart
420.
Vonda was moved to your channel raid. 20
420, go to
man
the skull.
on
Show me
Project
where
Mayhem.
are the tanks going counterclockwise or clockwise?
No, the tanks are going. Group 1 are going for. I will post the macro now. Group 1, that is Rose, Croc, Leakers, and Moonspawn. We are only tanking Cortas and Blamo here on this side where the Skull is running right now. So we are rotating. So if I'm starting here where Skull is right now, where I'm starting, I'm gonna take 3 marks. My tank is gonna come into Skull.
Rose joined your channel raid. 20 man
I'm
on
gonna
Project
wait for 3
Mayhem.
marks, and then I'm running to Blamo.
What's next?
Then I'm gonna take 3 marks. The other tank is coming in. Kurok has come in. He has taunted me. I'm running back to the middle, and I'm staying in the safe spot for 3 marks. And then I'm running back to my boss. We're using 4 tanks on each side, and we have Ilano backup in the safe spot at all times. So he can run in. If a tank dies, he can run in and taunt it. And he knows the rotation and everyone knows the rotation. Group 1 is on the left side. Group 2 are on the right side.
So look at this, healers. Now, Kurok, Moonspawn, go to where Kurok is.
Yep.
Healers, look at this. Okay, so stand on Boo Boo. Come over here, Boo Boo, please, to the moon. Pretend you are on the blue moon. That's the shadow. This is the guy who does the shadow buff. Or the shadow circle, whatever it is.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. The healer runs from the south side. Move on, Boo Boo. Come on, move on, Boo Boo. Now we want to try and obviously give the tank the easiest route. I'm not. That's a more technical thing because obviously we have to run this way to the next boss. But the most critical thing is you gotta watch out for that black circle. Get to the person that is stacked up, the healers that are stacked up, and make sure that when 420 runs out, 420 is now, it just hit. If you're healing here, you're not moving. 420 is running out. We just moved. Now a new tank comes in. Do we have another tank to run in? Kurok's running in. As 420 runs out. It just hit. It just hit.
Kurok,
move.
come taunted. There we go. And
Good.
I'm running just
He's
through
running
you.
into the center. Yes. This is the hardest one for the healers.
This is by far the
way.
hardest one. But let me get around the rest of the circle, then we'll come back and do a quick test, and then we'll move on.
Should we go back into our original?
No, just everybody listen up, and this is the next corner. This boss over here is the Holy Cthulhu Chain Lightning one. You never stack on the tank on this one. You never stack with anybody other than a healer, and I'm a little bit fuzzy myself here. I believe we only have 2 healers, and you're going to be where I'm at now. So my question first off is, when you are rotating from Blumo, which is the Shadow Void Zone boss, you want to make sure you don't run through shadow shit. Do you run through the safe spot to get over here?
No, you do not run through the safe spot. You run across the backside of the wall.
That's what I thought. So you run across the top. You make sure that you possibly wait for the chain. You may need to cast a heal before you make your final transition, but your final position is over here, and they're only putting 2. So the third person needs to go to the safe spot and just sit and chill.
No, like when the third mark hit, when I'm coming in here, I'm the third healer that's supposed to come in here. When I'm coming in here, one should already be rotating away. One should already be moving to Mograine then.
Okay, but earlier your instructions were only 2 healers heal on Zeliak.
I did that wrong. That my macro is the problem. Yes, it should be only 2 healers on Zeliak. So Miserable, I am changing yours. It is only going to be Dura and Kama Sutra at the start on Zeliak. I take full responsibility. I fucked that one up.
Okay, but under normal circumstances, once we're 2 minutes into the fight, you do want 3 healers stacked together, yes?
No, just 2.
Just 2. So we need to explain how we are going to tell one person to come in and one person to come out. So you're going to rotate into the safe spot. After the fight is multiple minutes in, after you've made a full rotation around the whole goddamn place, you want to make sure that you come to the safe spot for 1 rotation, and then you come to where the moon is.
Well, no. Since there's always 2, I apologize. I fucked this up. The south or the west boss, that is where the skull is standing right now. That boss will always have 2 healers. One will run out. So I'm specifically talking to you, Kama Sutra, Dura, at the start. When you go and get on that tank, Kama Sutra, boom, the first buff hit. Kama Sutra runs out. Dura, you're spamming the fuck out of that tank. And it should be me. Silithus is running in next. And we'll be healing that tank. Does that make sense?
So Akrinx is rotating on the absolutely first mark. Akrinx, Silly, McMelt, and Kama are all rotating, right?
Correct.
Yes.
When the second mark in the game hits, Taco Box, Lurut, and Bobo are rotating.
Yes.
When the third mark hits, Chamuk, Healerina, and Miserable rotates, right? I missed Kama and Dura there, but
Shamuk, Healerina,
and Miserable.
Miserable.
Yes, and then did you? I haven't listened to you. Like that are only for the absolutely first marks that comes.
We
After that-
explained it all. We
Yeah,
explained it
after
all.
that you always stay to 3 marks. What are you doing when the 2 first bosses are dead?
That is a great point.
We're going to the
just
safe
about to
spot,
talk about
and we're
that.
going to get to that after one more corner. But my question
everybody-
still remains. Nobody has addressed my question. We are rotating on every 3 marks, which means eventually there will be 3 that are healing on the holy boss. So
there are
one
three-
of them
if there are
probably has
three
to go
here-
to a safe spot.
Listen, if there are 3 here, and we
Whoa,
have
whoa, whoa,
one.
whoa.
Yeah, I know. If we have 3 here, 1 is here, 1 is here, and the third one is coming from where Skull is right now, he can stay here until one of the 2 that are already there rotating away. So you're not linking more than you have to. That's what I'm saying. So if you're running into Celiac and there's already 2 healers standing there, you stop where Skull is and you wait for one of the other healers to rotate before you actually
Thank
go
you.
to this position.
That answers the question. Your first position until your first mark is taken will always be here.
Yes.
Maybe not right on top of the boss, but here.
Nestle joined
Yeah,
your
and don't
channel
take on
raid,
an extra mark
20
from
man,
Do people understand
on
what
Project
they're saying?
Mayhem.
When you rotate into this boss, which is the white dude, when you
Yeah.
rotate in, you wait here, take a mark, then move. Does that make sense? Did I explain that correctly?
Yeah, it's good enough. Okay,
Yeah,
we
but-
have to finish
but-
this up pretty quickly and move on, and so that people can see it, guys. We're going to lose a lot of people's attention spans. So this boss over here, all he does is he hits hard and he does his stacking aura buff. You can stand pretty much anywhere you want. I would recommend starting out standing more or less here, after mark standing more or less here, and then that way you're close to the meteor boss. You cannot be late.
I would try
Nestle
and
left your channel and
try and
switched
stand,
to raid,
I would almost go
40
like
man,
30 yards.
on
like
Project
in the
Mayhem.
doorway almost in the doorway.
Yes.
Like if you look in front of us right now where the doors, and then right when this is the most important one.
Rose
or
left
one of the
your
most
channel
important
and
ones,
switched to
healers.
raid,
When you
40
rotate
man,
off of where the
on
purple
Project
diamond is,
Mayhem.
that corner, when it happens, boom, you need to run as quick as you can, because if you are slow and you don't make it to the fire boss, you're gonna get hit with the meteor because you're running solo, and you stack up on the tank. That group
Okay.
that's there.
So we have now talked about each boss. I'm going to give you a very quick and abbreviated version. If you are starting here, you can stand pretty much anywhere you want. As you get close to your third mark, you need to be closer to the door so that you can run to the meteor boss quickly. When you are on the meteor boss as a healer, it is your job to get on top
Nestle
of the
joined
fucking
your
tank.
channel raid,
And I mean
20
on top
man,
of the fucking
on
tank.
Project
When you're
Mayhem.
finished with your meteor and you've gotten your third stack, you're going to move to the void zone boss. You're going to stack on top of the other healers, not on top of the melee or the tank. When it is called which direction you're rotating, you are rotating at 0, not early, and you're moving in the prescribed pattern. If for whatever reason you have to go back to the safe spot to stay alive, call it out and let us know. When you're moving to the holy boss, you start and stop more or less about here. And after you've taken your first mark, you stack on top of the other healer who's going to be rotating after their next mark here. You now take your third mark, you're moving back into the first spot over here, which is the easy one. Just heal hard, and over to here after the second mark, over here after the third mark, and rotating for the meteor. After the first 2 bosses have died, which are the meteor boss where the skull is, and the shitty shadow one, wherever the fuck his name is over here, after these have died, you stay in the safe spot until your stacks have worn off, unless it's your job to rotate on a void zone boss, Blumo, which is over here, or rotating into Zeliek as you're supposed to. But once they die, we don't need every healer to go in at the same time and risk taking void zone stacks. So how y'all want to coordinate that, I don't give a fuck, but make sure that you stay in the safe zone until it's your turn to go in for void zones, rotate as you're supposed to, and if we have enough healers and tanks alive, once we have the last 2 alive, all we got to do is outlast it. It is not a DPS race. It is about staying alive and rotating when you're supposed to and keeping your tank and yourself alive. That's pretty much the full explanation. Are there questions now that are not going to take 15 minutes because we need to give this a go?
I will just say this before you start taking questions. When the first 2 are dead and people are moving to the safe spot and you're not in the rotation anymore, like if let's say if you were here and both of these are dead, you're moving to the safe spot and then you're waiting. You're just waiting and you don't do shit. You're waiting for Silitus boss to call out where you are going. If you are going into Blamo, you're going into Blamo and then you're rotating to Celiac next after that, and then you're going to the safe spot. So Silitus boss will call out which healer goes in after the first 2 are dead.
Please turn on your mic. I need healers to tell me if they have.
Fart
if they have
Vonda
3
left
marks.
your channel and
If they
switched to
have 3
raid.
marks, you need to
40
say, hey,
man on Project
Hey, Taco
Mayhem.
Box. This is Taco Box. I have 3 debuffs. I need somebody to replace me on the south corner. And then I'll say, okay, Shamak is standing in the safe position. Shamak, run in, replace him now. After the debuff hits.
All right, guys,
After
we've
the
had
debuff.
45 minutes in explanation.
Okay,
I hope that
yeah,
there's
yeah.
some clarity.
Okay, so come up to the moon. I want follow me. Acronix, Taco Box, Shamak, come to the moon. Acronix, Taco Box, to the moon. South. Lurt, Healerina, come to the moon. Lurt, Healerina,
We need
come
to
to the
stack for
moon.
buffs.
Oh yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Nice. Don't do anything.
Loud
Don't do
rage,
anything.
so they go out.
Void zones can be spawned pretty far from the boss, so you
Yes,
don't want to
watch
sit
out.
on the
Watch
other
out.
side of the
Don't
door.
move. Don't move. If you're inside,
Whoever's
don't move.
the cross
Stay
needs to
put.
move. And the mage up there needs to move.
Fart Vonda joined your
Fat ass.
channel raid.
Do that again, please.
20 man on Project. Fart Vonda left your channel and switched to raid. 40 man on Project Mayhem.
Buff up. What I'm about to show you, healers, is where to start for the fight. Where you need to stand and then you basically look at the moon. Look at the moon. Oh fuck, I'm walking. Look at the moon. What I'm going to show you,
Please stack
healers.
for buffs. We're entering combat again?
No.
Somebody popped blood rage. or
My
something.
buffs are fine. I'm fine with the buffs. Healers, look at the moon. This is specifically west, or the south, who's the
Fart
south.
Vonda joined your channel raid. 20 man
It was
on
from
Project
you can take
Mayhem.
them off.
You can take
I'm just using moon. Don't take moon off. Healers, look at the moon. This is specifically Silithus, Lurt, and Healerina. See where I just ran from? This is where you're going to start your fight, and then you'll run to the left. That is Blue Moon.
Fart
See?
Vonda left your
That's where you
channel
go
and
into the
switched
south
to
corner.
raid.
This is your starting
40
position.
man on Project Mayhem.
The other side, it's the
Same
exact
thing,
same
but mirrored.
thing, just opposite. Yep, just mirrored, which is the east, Korthaz.
Zemlok was
Acronix.
moved to channel
Or,
group
no.
1.
I'm sorry, west. That would be Kama and Dura. You guys have done this, right? Kama and Dura, you've done this. You run up here.
Yeah, like once.
Yeah, once. You come over here, and you're going to stack
Edgeland
up
was
right
moved
below
to
the
channel
sword.
group
Kama
1.
and Dura. Why don't you guys
We
run here now?
gotta give this a go, man.
I know. I want Kama, Dura. Get into position. North side. McMelt, Boo Boo.
Karak was moved out of your channel
Right
group
now,
1 on
miserable.
Project
No, Boo Boo,
Mayhem.
to the moon. Get in position.
I thought I was west, actually.
Nope, you got changed.
When?
Just hit the macro and
West.
follow it. Let's go.
Just go. Just get in position.
Nestle
go to
left
where
your
we're telling
channel
you.
and switched to
We've literally
raid.
been here for
40
minutes. They're
man
not gonna learn
on
until they
Project
try it.
Mayhem.
Yeah, but like, what's the macro, bro? It's still west for me.
Follow what's written in the macro.
Kama, go to the pillar where the ping is. Go to the ping.
Somebody fucking killed us. God damn it.
Blood rage out.
We're fine. They'll pull it out. South, Silithus, Lurt, Healerina, come to the moon after this resets. Healerina, Lurt, come to the moon. Healerina, Lurt, please come to the moon. Hug the wall.
Mel Gibson left your channel and switched to raid. 40 man on
Sorry,
Project
guys, but we
Mayhem.
just gotta give
Mel
this a
Gibson
go.
joined your
You'll
channel
learn when you
raid.
die a couple
20
times if
man
there's
on
any
Project
confusion.
Mayhem.
But I popped a fire protection potion when we got here, and it's at 9 minutes left.
I
That's-
know, me too. I got 9 minutes.
Same.
Defend yourself.
Fucking
Somebody
stop.
aggroed again.
Mel Gibson left your channel and switched to raid. 40 man on Project Mayhem.
What's causing the pull?
Mel Gibson
not
joined your
entirely
channel
sure.
raid. 20
I
man
targeted a
on
target.
Project Mayhem. Mel
Phyllis, we
Gibson
just
left
gotta
your
go.
channel and switched
We
to
just gotta
raid.
pull this, guys.
40
We're not gonna have
man
people here.
on
It's gonna be a
Project
great time
Mayhem.
soon.
Mel Gibson joined your channel raid, 20 man, on Project Mayhem.
We're good, right, healers? Is there any super questions? Your starting
We'll see when
position's a
we
little bit
do it.
funny. You have 1, 2, or 3 stacks in your first position.
Fart
After
Vonda
that,
joined
you
your
rotate
channel
to 3.
raid, 20
think we're
Tell
man,
ready
me
for
when you
20.
guys
on
are
Project
ready.
Mayhem.
You are, okay.
That's rock and
I'm
roll.
gonna move up and put timer.
Fart Vonda left your Fart
Drop
Vonda
totems,
joined your
drop
channel
totems.
raid.
Mel,
Fart
get-
Vonda left your
Silithus,
channel and
answer
switched
in the
to
past.
Group 1
He
on
doesn't know what he's
Project
doing.
Mayhem.
Is he rotating with his healer group, with his melee groups? Yeah.
Is he not in rotation?
He's not assigned.
Yep, move with your group. Naps,
He's
move with your group.
with group 8, which is healer group.
Follow group 5. Naps, follow group 5. Go find the X. At Naps, go follow the X. And heal them. Follow them constantly.
If you don't have a fire protection and shadow protection, click it now. It's absolutely essential for you to stay alive.
Not a good time to do check.
I know, but here
Defend
we go.
yourself. Flee before it's too late. Kill them and fight ye win.
Oh shit. 3
That's
of them
3
there.
on our side. Alright, first mark is coming in 8 seconds. Oh, Void Zone boss is on top of the wrong spot. That's awesome. It's a wipe. Wipe it, wipe it, wipe it. We lost a fucking...
Yeah,
north.
run out of the... Run out. Ah, fuck.
So, Zeliak just came to the north corner and crit me for 120k. Wrong boss came to the wrong corner. Whoever was assigned to bringing their tanks and the right bosses to the right corners, 420, Aka, Silly.
Fart Vonda
sent
joined your
Zeliak
channel
to my
raid,
corner, which
20
is
man,
stacked up and
on
just
Project
fucking-
Mayhem.
I don't know who's pulling Hyper. I don't know.
Celiac is being pulled by Benderama himself. Nestle is pulling Mograine. I'm pulling my boss, and Likus is pulling his boss.
Well, Zeliak came to the north, which is not where he's supposed to be.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask what happened there.
Fart
do we
Vonda
have a
left your
Soulstone?
channel and switched to
Yeah.
Group 1 on Project
Go, Mel,
Mayhem.
go. Quickly. Oh, you're gonna aggro, bro. Get close. Hug the wall. Risky. Start rezzing. Use a mana pot and keep rezzing. Don't drink.
So healers, that was not our fault. That was totally not our fault.
Thank God.
Actually, yeah, Zeliak's warrior was not there even. He taunted 1 hour later. He was in front of me. I think it was Kurak, but I'm not sure.
Well, Taco, you saw what happens when Zeliak has people stacked up, right?
Yeah.
That is what you don't want to do when you're on the Holy Zeliak boss, which is in the west side. He crit me for 119,000, by the way.
Boom.
I didn't
Get
even remember
wrecked.
to record, by the way. Fuck.
I'm glad you didn't record, to be honest. Shite. So, healers, you did get to see one debuff happened. I understand you might have not been in good positioning to rotate, but you did see a little bit. You're going to see more. It was something.
All I ask is that you learn and get better as we keep doing pulls. Please, just improve as many times as you can. If the heals fail the tanks, then it's a guaranteed wipe. If a healer dies, it's going to be hard, but it's not a guaranteed wipe.
We could lose half the raid, but at a certain point in this fight, it doesn't matter. Maybe the first 2 bosses are dead and 20 people are dead. We can still do it. It's just a really long fight. This is very obviously a mental game, but it's also an endurance fight.
How much HP
What?
they got?
We don't
I
know
don't know.
yet because I don't think anybody else has pulled them and we didn't hit them enough to get an actual number yet. What this should do, if this is like old core, is it should take 2 full rotations from the DPS. So 3 marks, 3 marks, 3 marks, that's 1 whole rotation. 3 marks, 3 marks, 3 marks, that's 1 whole rotation. They should be dead, if the DPS is high enough and if it's the same as old core.
Move to the X for buffs.
Everybody back to the X for buffs, please.
Where is Mega Crit? You released. Fucking job.
I don't give a shit. I'm not buffing anyone who's not here.
Yep, buff.
Fire protection now, please. Please call for Fire Prot and Shadow Prot immediately upon res so that we can make the pulls as fast as possible.
Yep, I agree. Yep.
That's to all of them. Silly. If everybody is on top of their game, it is a 7-minute time from when we die to when we are actually fully rezzed and rebuffed and fully shadow and fire protectioned, if people do their jobs. If we don't, this can be 15 minutes per pull. Please make sure that I'm not yelling at healers. Please. I want to be able to yell at other people.
You can yell at me.
I yell at you in the after hours. That's when it's fun.
Mega Crit is AFK.
Mel Gibson left your channel and switched to raid. 40 man. On Project Mayhem.
I know this fight is complicated, guys. Believe me. I've done it from everything but a tank's point of view. And healers are definitely the hardest, if not the second hardest for sure. But I would say the hardest position. Appreciate you paying attention and asking questions. Now's the time. If you have them, ask them. We have another 30 seconds before I can pop my Shadow Prot.
Mel Gibson joined your channel raid.
Should we
20
be
man.
holding off on cons
On Project
until
Mayhem.
after we've had a few tries?
I'm not.
I'm
you
using
can.
basic cons.
You can
Fire
hold off
and
if you
Shadow are
want.
non-negotiable. Every pull, Fire and Shadow.
Yep.
Things like Mage Blood, things like that, questionable. Oils, use them because they survive death.
Has anyone got a fire protection potion I can have,
Trade
please?
Trade Silt first. Oh, sorry,
You
trading.
need 2 per every pull. Assuming that we don't need more than 2 rotations, you will need 2 fire every single pull. You'll need at least 2 shadows every pull that you survive to the end. You should be bringing
Start moving
3
into
stacks.
position.
Move to your positions, get ready. .420, can you whisper me who the tank is at north? I'm just curious.
Fart Vonda
Which
joined your
corner is
channel
north?
raid. 20 man.
Left, right
On
from the
Project
entrance.
Mayhem.
north.
Right
Look at
from
the
the
map.
entrance. Here you have starting is Axel, Yizzy
Thank
is
you.
second, third is Panorama,
Just
fourth
needed
is
the first.
Munka. Yep, Axel. Then always drop totems before the pull. When I put up my 20 seconds timer, if you are in the middle, you do not put totems here. But if you're like safe spot, put up totems for the melee camps and shit like that, please.
Fart Vonda left your channel and switched to Group 1 on Project Mayhem.
Tell me
Fart
when you're ready
Vonda
to
joined
go.
your channel raid. 20 man.
Healers.
On
They
Fart
look in
Vonda
position.
left your
I think we're
channel
good.
and switched to raid. 40 man. On Project Mayhem. Mel Gibson left your channel and switched to raid. 40 man. Mel Gibson joined your channel raid. Mel Gibson left your channel and switched to Group 1 on Project Mayhem. Mel Gibson joined your channel raid. 20 man. On Project Mayhem.
It was Bendorama.
McMelt Face 1 in your channel raid. 20 man. Timed out from Project Mayhem.
I hope
Remember,
he's not
guys.
using his bow to get the first aggro.
Remember, guys, the first pull is a little bit funky. Some of you will rotate on the first, second, and third. After that, it's always 3 marks.
McMelt Face 1 entered your channel raid. 20 man. On Project Mayhem.
Kill money and fight ye we.
Our good on our side.
North is good.
West
First
is
mark
good.
in 8.
Healers on Blue Moon, get ready to move.
First mark.
Now,
First
sorry,
mark
sorry.
rotate.
I was a little shitty myself. 5
Second
seconds
mark.
to second mark. You ready? Second wave.
Somebody's dead. Lickit died.
Now, move.
Second mark is here. Third mark is coming. I actually fucked up. I should have been in my other spot already.
Next mark is coming. Move the first people who moved. Now you move. You have 3 stacks. Move.
Always 3 stacks from here on, guys.
Mark.
Blue Mo is loose. It's gonna be a wipe. Alright, so Ms. McMelt and Shemek, what happened?
I only just got here.
Try to keep it alive, guys. Try to keep it alive. Void Zone's coming in 7. Stack on me, please. Stack on me. We're moving right. Void Zone in 1. Moving right. We're gonna move forward in the direction I'm facing. Void Zone's in 4. Kirok just died. Wait, no, he's
Fart
just
Vonda
wipe.
joined your channel raid.
It's a wipe.
20. Fart
He's at the door,
Vonda
he's
left
at the
your
door.
channel and
Entrance,
switched to
entrance,
raid.
entrance.
40 man. On Project Mayhem.
Next time, bring more friends.
Getting better, slowly. But sure.
Next time.
I mean, we survived a few seconds with Blue Mo loose. That's pretty impressive. But what happened to Blue Mo?
Yeah. I'm not sure. Do we
Fart
have a
Vonda
soul
joined
stone?
your channel raid. 20 man. On Project
Soul stone?
Mayhem.
Miserable, I want to, when you're moving into Blamo, where you just ran into a safe spot, you are not stacking with the tank. Only the melees and the tanks are stacking here. You are standing like at the stairs there, kind of where behind you. You see the stairs? You see where the second void zone in is, not the one you died in. You're standing somewhere around that area. Not, you don't go into the tank, so you can actually see what's going on your screen.
Fart Vonda left your channel and switched to Group 1
I'm
on
scared to
Project
res people.
Mayhem.
The ones at the door first, silly.
Alley Killer, you're gonna have to release and run. Same thing with you,
420.
Boo Boo.
I don't know
Or I
what's
can
going
raise you,
on
Boo. I can-
with Blue Mo. What happened? He got loose, but the tank didn't die.
Hold on, maybe you can reach me, I don't know.
Fart Vonda joined your
The
channel
tank did
raid.
die.
20
healing
man.
the tank. It
On
did not
Project
die.
Mayhem.
Lickit did die.
Lickit died, but when I got there, he got loose again, and I was healing Kurok. He was alive.
Yeah, because
100%.
I don't know what happened there, but both tanks
Ask
went in
Kurok
when they
what happened,
shouldn't.
please.
Yeah.
Fart Vonda left your channel and switched to Group 1 on Project Mayhem.
As soon as you are rezzed, pop a protection potion. I don't care if it's fire or shadow first, but pop one of them immediately, please. I know this is really, really painful in your cons, and it sucks just wasting money, but this is the only way we're going to get it, is to get as many pulls as possible, as quickly as possible, before raid time's over and people are fucking wasted.
Mel Gibson left your channel and switched to raid. 40 man. On Project Mayhem.
Of note, guys, the north tank just hits really fucking hard. You gotta cast a heal, take a tiny step, and fucking cast another big heal immediately. He's really hitting hard. Like, I didn't rotate.
Mel
because I
Gibson
thought-
joined your channel raid.
Miserable,
20
release and
man.
run.
On
Miserable.
Project Mayhem.
Oh, release, Miserable, run. Hyper, I gotta go take a piss. I'll be back in a minute.
It's fine. Shamans, please try to res first, because you don't have to cast a lot of mana on buffs like the priests do. And I can't, because I only have a 30-minute res. I'm not upset at this point, guys. We're doing great. It's going to be a learning process. It's going to be painful. It is a very difficult fight, and even guilds that were farming KT here sometimes took 3 or 4 tries after having killed it 30 times. So it is expected to take more than 1 try. And besides, I think this will be server progression. I don't think the Alliance pug that had full tier 3 was able to even pull 4 horsemen. And they got stinking easy paladins with bubbles that can stand in void zones.
Click the summons.
I joke, but it really is that much easier on the paladin side. I have healed this on the Alliance side. It's a lot easier.
I signed up for Horde because it was funner and harder.
Alright, you should have used both of your potions by now, guys. Everybody should be alive by now.
I used a mana
A
pot.
lot of people need to buff themselves. What in the world pulled it? Is that Nestle?
Mel Gibson left your channel and switched to Group 1 on Project Mayhem. Mel Gibson joined your channel raid, 20 man, on Project Mayhem. Mel Gibson left your channel and switched to Group 1 on Project Mayhem. Mel Gibson joined your channel raid, 20 man, on Project Mayhem.
Okay, we need summons on Karuk and Shamok aren't in range. Get them here quickly, please.
Fart Vonta joined your channel
Karuk ran
raid,
into trash at the
20
start,
man,
so, yeah,
on
that's
Project
what we were waiting
Mayhem.
for. Yep.
Fart Vonta left your channel and switched to Group 1 on Project Mayhem.
Healers, start getting in position. Do not ass pull.
Where's Shamuk?
Still out of range. Silly. Hold me back.
Yes?
I'm gonna fucking punch Nestle in the face.
Yep, I'm a little pissed at him too. He's being very dickish. I
Shamok's
don't
in
want to
range.
deal with it right now. I don't know why he's got an attitude. Doesn't make sense. Get into position, please.
Bubu, can you reach Shamuk for buff?
No, I can't either.
Mel Gibson left your channel and switched to raid, 40 man, on Project Mayhem. Mel Gibson joined your channel raid, 20 man, on Project Mayhem.
There he is.
Healers, I'm hoping you are in position. If you're in the doorway, that is stupid. Get to your position.
Can you, Aka, Mel Gibson, Hyper, can you
I
hear me?
have cons for one
Yes,
more
I can hear
try, by the way.
Tank
I
group,
have
can
one
you hear me?
fire, one shadow, Dura.
Perfect.
What do you
Thank
need?
you for testing that now, because I had to clear some settings so I didn't get it fucking popped up.
Take it, fuck it.
DPS are ready, are the healers ready?
Yes.
I'm putting up a timer now, so please call out for food buffs now.
Food buff, let's go.
Why?
Healers, go.
That's a timer.
Silly,
Oh,
hit your
just-
macro one more time, please.
What?
Keep going. I just silly to his macro. Thank you.
Defend yourself! Flee before it's too late! Kill money and fight, ye wee and ninny! You seek death.
First mark coming soon. 5 seconds. First mark hits. Rotate first group.
Why Witzy is tanking on this side? Oh, smack.
What in the fuck? Second mark happening. Rotate.
Fantastic, he's tanking.
Melee over aggroed in the fucking north side. Meteor happening now.
Third.
Everybody should have rotated by now at least one time. Stay for 3 stacks at everyone. Rotate on your third. You've had... Next mark is coming. Some of you will rotate now. Healers on blue mo, stack on me, please.
Who's next?
You have a lot of void zones in the wrong spot. We are moving to my right.
Your life is mine.
Ooh, stop, Jizzy.
Jizzy.
We're moving to my forward.
Next time, bring more friends.
3, 2, 1. Moving now.
Your life is mine.
Moving to my right.
Yeah, they fucked up on the other side. Man.
Somebody else needs to handle it. I have to move. I'm dead. 'cause
Back to
there's
the
a
door. Get
force.
back to the door. Hyper, I'm taking a debuff, but I'm not in range of one of the bosses. What the fuck is going on? I don't know why I'm getting an extra debuff. I don't know where
One of them was loose.
it's coming
Maybe
from.
it was after that.
No. One of them, Mograine was loose. No, actually not Mograine. Cortaz was loose. He was following Xanthams, and yet Xanthams decided to rotate while he had aggro.
I had 5 of the shadow, like the warlock spell icon, the shadow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's more grin.
That's Ziliax.
Evil Ankh, if you're not gonna die.
And Rose had 3 debuffs, and yet no tank was there.
Fucking hate this fight.
I
But
love
I
it,
love it.
actually. I swear to God, I used to.
I
love it.
know, me too. I know. Just a bitch.
This hurts.
You're only running back if you're in an unresable spot, guys.
Alley Killer, you don't need to zone in. We'll res you.
Silly boss. His name is All Killer. ALL. Killer.
As
Oh.
soon as you're res, pop your potions, your protection potions, guys. I don't mind you cheaping out on the other cons, but protection potions immediately upon res and at 2 minutes. Non-negotiable.
I'm out of fire. I only have shadow.
Alright guys, I know that we didn't necessarily expect to do 4 horsemen a day, but next time we are coming here. 3 stacks of each, please.
Yeah, I had 3 stacks. But not fire though, shadow.
Yeah, you need 3 stacks of both. I handed out a couple
Bart Vonta
fire,
joined your
I've
channel
always
raid,
used my pots,
20
down
man,
to 5
on
fires,
Project
7
Mayhem.
shadows. What's up, 420?
We took marks in the safe spots. We're gonna move the bosses a little bit. The Blamo, we're gonna move Blamo a bit further to the north.
To the north, towards where we tank.
No, not north. Like if we're looking up in the room, like further back in the room.
Sure,
Not
gotcha.
original. Just so you know.
Further
But
south.
yeah, further south it is. I don't know. I haven't been looking at that shit. But just we're not using the old tank rotation where we go like around that little doorway. We're gonna go just 10 yards more south, as you call it. Just so you know.
Further
But
into the
you
corner,
you
yeah.
you shouldn't have to care about position at all. But just so you know, the boss is gonna be a little bit more.
Appreciate it.
Fart Vonda left your channel and switched to Group 1 on
I did set
Project
this up
Mayhem.
so only you and 420 can hear me, Hyper.
Nice.
I can
Whisper
hear.
groups are awesome.
Anyone of
Put
you
in
guys
Orca as
having
well.
trouble with the rotation?
One more time, what was the question?
No, I'm checking if all the healers like are confident about the rotation now.
I hope so.
Taco can heal. In what way, Miserable and Taco? What's the main issue or problem? At the beginning, you mean, or while running? Because when you are running, you don't have to heal. Just when you reach there, you click on the horse and you see who's the tank. You click the tank and heal it.
You can pop bubbles and renews and stuff too when you're running.
Not counterclockwise. We are running.
So Taco, you are in the east. That is where the ping is right now.
He got it. I think
You are the second runner, so you're going to take 2 marks, and then you run clockwise around in the room. And when you run, to all the healers, when you run to Blue Moon, which is the most southern boss, that's the dude who does the Void Zone, you stack up on the other healers when you're running there. You go to them, wait for the next mark, and you move together when a mark is happening. When the Void Zone is happening.
It'd be great if we had some other people that would step up and coordinate which direction you're moving. On Blue Mo. I can do it when I'm there, but I'm only there for a third of the fight.
Yup. I'll switch up the healers for the next time we come here, so I can have that better pointed out, Hyper.
Yeah, like Kama, me, and you can probably coordinate it, and then I don't know who the next person will have coordinate, but if we have 4 of us not in the same spots, you know?
Yep, I agree.
How's that bus feel, Kama?
The boss? I love
Yeah,
this
the bus
fight,
that keeps
actually.
running you over, that we keep throwing you under. You know, beep, 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 smack, smack. Every 3 minutes you get a new bus.
Well, if we down them, it would be because I miss this fight. Saf, not really, because it's as fuck, and Katie.
Axel is not in range to get
Let's,
Yeah, I tried. Actually, I stopped buffing that group till Axel began.
Please finish the buffs. We're almost there. Besides the consumables.
Taco, can you look at me fast? Okay, it's a square, right? I'm here. Where are you, Taco?
Let's get into position. It looks like the melee want to go. Get into position, healers.
I'm not going to say this publicly, but we cannot do this with that many missing protection potions. This is Whisper only.
I agree,
The raid,
Hyper.
guys,
I agree.
just suggest you watch a YouTube video. It will make your life way easier. Just like point of view priest, 4 horsemen tactic, and done. It will be very easy for you.
I told them to take it.
This Nestle dude is fucking pissing me off.
It will not be perfect. It will not be clean. It will not be edited.
He's
but
whispering
there
me
is
a lot,
my
but I
viewpoint
can
being recorded
keep
from
up
this
with all
from a
the
healer
people.
point of view. I'll make it
Yeah,
available.
I'll FAPS later, not now. For 20 healers, look like they're in position.
Tanks, are you?
420 hit is regular Whisper. Alright, healers, let's continue doing fucking awesome. Let's fucking make it everybody else's fault that we're wiping. So with this, want to clarify. From our strategy point of view, we are only healing the tank when we are rotating healers, and the people that are not assigned that are rotating with their melee and DPS groups are healing their melee and DPS group. Yeah.
That is absolutely correct. Yes.
Only
the healers
focus
that are
your tank if you're rotating.
that would be group 3, 4, and 5, and the pre-snaps. Those
Everyone
people
is ready, I think.
We're good.
Good.
Yes.
Bring up a timer.
Those people who are following their groups, and 3, 4, and 5, and naps following the Akaka, you heal your groups.
Do not, if you are assigned to healing tank rotations, you do not heal DPSers because they will heal themselves at the safe spot, or their assigned healers will heal them. You only keep the tank alive. And yourself. Alright, here we go. Get ready.
Defend yourself. Flee before it's
Tell the
too late.
DPS to fucking wait on the north side. They do not want that shit happening again.
You seek death.
First mark in 5.
Bow to the might of the High Lord.
Second mark coming in 5. Second mark rotate.
I'm out of range.
Something's wrong on the west boss. Healers aren't doing it correctly.
Everybody should have rotated by now. You have 3 stacks before you rotate every time from here on. New mark coming in 3.
That's close, Bobo.
20 with my shit. Alright, Blumo, you can stack on me. We're gonna move to my right. Void zone now. Move, move, move. Some people died. Alright, we're gonna move my forward.
McMelt Face 1 in your
5.
channel raid. 20 man. Timed out from Project Mayhem.
Void zone now. We're gonna move to my forward. Miserable, you probably need to rotate already. Probably have more than 3 stacks.
I'm here.
I've got to rotate out. There's nobody else on Blue Mo.
Yeah, go,
I'm
me.
coming.
I'm
I'm
here.
coming. Yep, we're fine.
McMelt Face 1 entered your channel raid. 20 man.
Left,
On
left,
Project
now.
Mayhem.
Left.
Holy fuck.
You ready? Forward, forward. Now. Oh, did I call it wrong? Oh, it's 5 seconds. I'm sorry. Get ready to move right. Move right, healers on Blue Moon. Right now.
Jizzy's about to die on Zeliek. I can't keep him up. I'm the only fucking
We're gonna
one
move
here.
forward.
It's
Get
done.
ready to move
Zeliek's
forward,
done.
healers.
He's loose. He's loose.
I cannot stay here.
Move now.
Zeliek's loose. Couldn't do anything. I was the only healer. And I had 3 stacks.
Move right, Dura, now. I gotta move Dura. Dura, stay.
Only one alive.
It's a wipe. Oh, back to the door. Back to the door.
The good news is we had 2 of them down to about 50 to 60%. So that's not too far away. We get twice as much duration as that, and then it's manageable.
Bart Bondage joined
I'm
your
going
channel
to
raid.
call it.
20 man.
Let's all move
On
back
Project
up.
Mayhem.
It's we tried. It's over. Let's move back up.
Mel Gibson left. Rotnik / Spitscoff was moved to channel raid. 40 man. Not comma was moved to your
Hello,
channel
everyone.
raid.
Hello,
40
everyone.
man.
Hello.
On Project Mayhem.
Release and run. Release and run. Graveyard rise if you want.
Mute him before he blows the ears off.
We killed Lothab. First.
We killed Lothab. Next week, next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I want everyone to farm up shitloads of shadow protection potions and fire protection potions, because we're not farming gear next week. We're farming for horsemen next week.
Interesting.
We are not farming gear next week. We are farming for horsemen. So could you please all get shadow protection potions? Go suck some penises and stuff if you can't farm it yourself. Buy
3
from
stacks
Boo
would be preferable. Of
No.
3 fire stacks,
More.
3 shadow
If
stacks.
we're only
Yep.
doing if we're only doing Horseman Wing, we need to have more than 3.
Yes. We can ignore all nature protection potions. Well, please have 2 nature protection potions in your bank or something. But
couple arcane for the melee.
yeah, couple of arcane for the melees. Priest, please log online next week. I really want to kill this fucking boss. If we kill this boss, we're just gonna rush through everything else. So if we kill this on Saturday, we're gonna go for Loateb instantly on Sunday, and that means Frostwing Lair is open. If Frostwing Lair is open, we're going to one-shot that bitch if we have frost resistance gear.
Valid point. Get your frost resistant shit in order, guys.
Yes, frost resistance gear, some 15 frost protection potions. That takes exactly 15 minutes to farm. Anyone can go kill any frost elementals. I can guarantee you there's an island in Stranglethorn Vale on the way to Sul'Gurub Island that drops shitloads of them.
Some of the donations, I believe, I need to talk with Akaka and Gadab, but we might tweak them. So please do not donate. Wait till Monday or late Monday. As far as... Can you turn off your fucking mic, bro? Thank you. As far as the guild, we might do some big changes as of a couple hours from now.
Thank you for sticking through, guys. I know that's not fun progression.
Yes, thank you for everybody for listening as best as you can. Please capitalize on what we did today. Let's do it better next week. I don't want any fucking bitching from people about guild things that we're going to be tweaking. Feel free to bitch, but it'll fall on deaf ears. Ending EP was given out. It was really fun, guys. It was really fun.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
it was.
Thanks for coming. All the posts are coming up, yes.
Thanks for having me,
And
even though I slept.